Well, hello! Look, we have a special guest today.
Oh.
This is my nephew, her grandson, Joshua. Do you want us to call you Joshy?
No.
Yes, we have the volume on today. Thank you, Eddie. All right, well, this is our special guest. He's in training because I think that he's going to come and help us. Well, he's going to help P during the time we are on vacation. So, he's learning the things.
And he already knows a lot because he grew up with a computer.
Yeah, he does seem like he's a little more with it. He knows some basics, but, you know, we're still got to get him trained up, knowing how to do things here at the PM Art Studio, like adjusting the camera when P moves and see it fix the color. I know, she does this. She's very annoying that way. She's kind of some tricky talent to work with. All right, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
We are PM Artist Studio.
Are you going to sing?
I'm saying.
All right, guys, we are so happy that you are here. Do let us know that you are here in the chat because otherwise we do not know that you are here. It's the only way that we know. Otherwise, if you want to hang out in the background, totally fine. We do not mind that at all. But do give those thumbs up. Thumbs upsies. Why is that important?
Because you can let your friends know how important it is that they watch this, because if they don't, they will be kicking themselves in the bum later.
They will.
Yeah.
They gotta get on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be in the in crowd. All right, guys, let's say hello to those of you that are here. Let's go over to participants. This is how we do this.
Oh my gosh.
You ready?
So many.
We've got Amy, Ann, Laura, Heather, Barbara, Becky, Brad, Candy, Charmaine, Colleen, Darcy, Dana, Devin, that's Yolande, Eddie Makes Art, Ellen, Estella, Fidget, Griffin Shell, Kathy, oh, Kylie Coo, she just popped in there. Hello, Kylie, so glad you're here. Lori, Linda, we got, Lori, Linda, Lisa, there we go. Lori, two Loris, but spelled different, so they end up in different places there. We've got Marcia Markle, yay. Martha, Mary Ellen, Maya, Mitzi, Nadine, Patty, Fulton, Pinka, Respect Design, that's a Kiko. Sandy, Ricky just popped in there. Scraps Beauty by Xander, that's Z. Silver, Granny, that's Lynn. Star Traveler, Sue Davis, SWL, Terry Jones. Texture Junkies, that is Sharon. The Shelly Studio, that's Margot, Tracy LeBouf. Trish and Violet. And if Trish is here, that means Evie's, soon to follow, if not already here. All right, guys, if I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. It's simply that you didn't show up in the participant list. Do say hello and let me know in the chat if you want me to say hello back. Bored Grandma's here. That's Leela. Did you get all that? Do you think you can handle that?
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready to go topside?
Absolutely.
Some announcements. I'll kind of do that as we're switching over here to topside. I don't know if we can get both. Yeah, we're kind of in there. You need to scoot in and still be sweet. Mm-hmm. He's trying to be, cool and fluff his hair over here.
He has really good
keep
hair.
It out of my face.
Oh, you want a headband?
No, I'm good.
You want a clippy?
Okay.
We like to give him a hard time. Okay, so announcements. It's close to the end of the month, which means you should have mailed out your ATCs. P's still kind of working on hers.
I'm going to show him today.
She's going to
Does
show
that
it.
count?
It sort of does, and we always know that you get a little leeway.
I've just been really, really very angst-driven on this one, because this is a new person, and I want to make sure that I make the proper impression upon her.
Yeah.
So.
No, the rest of you guys know us.
Oh, the cards?
Yeah, you guys already know.
Yeah.
Oh, she's sending out the cards?
Yeah, so we have swaps
Oh.
in our group.
The ones that I was making downstairs.
From the scraps.
Yeah.
And that group is the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you aren't a member, please do. And I think Darcy will probably drop in the little hashtag thing. There's going to be a link here in the chat to go over to the Facebook group. Please do answer the questions. Very important. Because if I'm seeing it, I most likely won't let you in.
She just bumps you out. I go over and check you out. If you have a really interesting profile,
Yeah, so you better have some art.
main
Mhm.
page thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you have interesting views on life and,
Mhm.
you know, all that other stuff. The R&P stuff.
Mhm. All right,
It's R&B.
all you.
Oh, okay. We're up. All right. So, I think I talked about this a little bit the last time, maybe a little bit. Yeah, Mariah? About putting the backs?
Yeah, we showed it.
We did.
Yeah, and then you had me cut out specific areas, and I told you that was a little bit wasteful, but you know, you were adamant about it.
I was, and here's why. Look what I did. And I also listed the colors that I used, because I know you all are interested in that sort of thing.
Well, we alluded to it a bit.
Yes, because we talked about it and
You
why I
understand?
wanted to
Yes.
pull in certain parts of this little, because this is an original right here. This is an original collage from
No, it's a card.
Alcohol Ink.
Well, yeah,
The original.
Yes, the piece of art in the background, and then it was collaged upon.
Yes.
It's kind of multiple pieces. It's very mixed media.
It's very mixed media, and I think Mariah actually did some digital stuff to it before she sent it off to the people.
Yes,
So,
I kind of bumped up some of the color.
so you know, because she knew we were going to lose the gold. You always lose the, I mean, you know, unless you want to have fancy printing processes and put gold on it. And, you know, we didn't really care that much. So,
Well, we didn't have that kind of budget.
yeah, wasn't in the budget.
It was just,
So here's what I wanted to
Hi,
do.
Belinda.
I wanted to alter this because each one of these is this part. You can tell because of the little
you get that?
things on it. All right, so the first one here, the purple, is High Flow Golden, Dioxazine Purple. And remember, it's all of these are transparent. Oh, because you can still see the design. I mean, I did have some that I got a little heavy-handed with, and I don't know what I did with those. Oh, here it is. Yeah. It
yeah.
wasn't nearly, the silver
Well,
wasn't.
that's trippy looking. Like, hold it up into the technology a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, it was like.
Oh, yeah.
But see, now you can really see that it's a laid paper.
Yeah. And it was really cool because it left that impression on the gel plate. So it's kind of a double, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what you lost, you gained.
There you go. Always, always. So I tried to sort of coordinate, and I had to come back in, and because Mariah, she dissed me on this. It was kind of green, and she said, I don't know why you used purple in the background. I said, well, I thought that purple that was in there was going to be a little stronger. And I came back in and hit the tops of the.
Who sings that song? Oh, they make you stronger.
But isn't that lovely? And see, look at that.
Am I supposed to know that?
Yeah.
Isn't that just amazing? I think that's amazing.
You're young. You should know these.
And here we
pop
go
culture
with the
things.
green. What? What?
We're having a little sidebar conversation about, knowing some pop culture things. Somebody will know
Some
in the
music
chat.
stuff.
You know what? Eddie will know.
What?
makes you stronger? It's a fairly newish song. It's like Pink or, something. Like maybe some Katy Perry.
I like that one.
He's like, let's just talk about the art. See, I ramble on about other things.
She does. She's terrible. She just. Okay.
Kelly Clarkson. Thank you, Brenda. See, they're helpful. Hello, Betty.
Oh, and also the other technique is when you've got this color on your gel plate, if you take and go chunk, 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 and give it a rub.
That's right, Laurie. Purple, green, and
All
gold are
the-
the official colors of Mardi Gras. Aye.
Oh, yeah. I tried that once, and I wasn't not very
We
successful.
did do the Mardi Gras thing.
It
Yeah,
just looked tacky,
it did.
which I think is supposed to. I'm especially in love with this corner down here. Well, they throw, shiny beads at you.
Yes. They're tacky parts of Mardi Gras, and then there's some really cool parts.
But see, look at that. Look at how amazing that is.
We went after.
Are you seeing
Hey,
that on
Randy.
the camera?
You gotta hold it up. Did you hold that one up into the technology? Oh, I love that you put it in the.
It kind of matches up.
Yeah, look at her doing things.
Well, that was it.
Sometimes you gotta direct her too, like where she's gonna hit it in the camera and tell her come a little this way, a little that way.
So fancy. So nice.
And then this one is just, and I love this because look at how it just it just.
You're already getting
Yeah,
job
I know, I
offers.
saw that. That's
What is
funny.
it?
Violet wanted to know, does Josh hire out to other streamers? Hey, you might be like,
It might be. It
you know,
might
we
be a
need
summer
somebody
job.
somebody to come in every once in a while and help out.
Okay.
You gotta know about art though. You gotta be able to at least, you know.
I'll read up on it this
Okay.
summer.
You can watch some PM Art Studio videos.
I will. I'll go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
see
that's-
those nice edges.
Yes.
But this is just gold. Can you see it? Can you see it? But
Hey, Kirsten.
I know. I just.
These are fabulous.
This is
Kylie
that-
says.
Thank you. That one gold that I absolutely love is this one right here. Because see, it just whispers gold. It doesn't scream at you.
Yeah.
And you can layer it and, you know, and still have that little bit of bling without.
This is like the difference
Obliterating.
between Versace and who's like a more chill but also kind of still uses some gold, like designer haute couture. You know anything about that? See, you gotta bring in some references, dude. Maybe the difference between, you know, rap and Did you see that? Are you in the camera? Because he's giving some pretty good little, you know, oh my god,
I think I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
eye rolls.
eye rolls.
They practice that in the mirror when they're teenagers. I did.
Okay.
Wanted to make sure they were proper. Okay, folk art.
That's how she got so good at
676
making
Inca
those
gold.
faces.
I bet.
Yellow nickel azo gold. And it is high flow. When you see these little things, that means high flow.
Can
I
you
didn't
hold
want-
that up into the technology
Yeah.
just so people could like screenshot it if they wanted, because they're gonna ask for it. You know, they want it in makers or whatever. A little bit.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
So
doesn't
sh-
understand little bit, like just a smidge. Okay, you're good.
Oh, they're asking what paper.
What paper are those cards on? So, we've talked about this before. These cards are the, you know, we had about 1,000 of them because they messed up the first printing of it, and then we said no, we want them replaced. So we have 1,000 of these, and they never sold, and we just didn't know that many people.
Yeah, we don't send out that many Christmas cards. Actually, we could start sending these out for Christmas cards.
Now
and
we
that-
do kind of know that many people.
Yeah, and
We're about to know 6,000. I mean, it's going to
Who
either happen
would've-
today or tomorrow, I think.
6,000 is more than the population of the town I grew up in Colorado.
And
honestly.
the one in Friona, because Friona was only like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay, well, I'm very proud of these little jobbers. We're going to put those aside. I think I showed all the fronts on all these. Yeah, I did. Okay.
And I tell you what, if you guys place an order, if you have placed an order, we're a little, like, because we're Memorial Weekend, we knew that at, like, certain point in time they weren't going to go out probably until Monday, so we do still have some of the ones that have been placed, like, in the last day or so, that'll be going out probably Tuesday at this point. But if you want some of those postcards, those Christmas cards, maybe I'll put in 1 or 2 for you, but just put it in the notes that you want one, or if you've already placed your order, contact me via messenger or email.
Yeah, now I still have to put the PM Artist Studio. See, here's another one isn't that? And I love what that, this is the high
It's
flow.
so trippy. Do you see it kind of getting kind of weird in the camera? How it,
Just kind of.
but yeah,
Face.
See,
That looks
it
beautiful.
even picked up the little,
crazy.
I know, it's like I'm almost tempted to put the thing on the back here and this is the front.
It looks nice.
I do that sometimes.
She does. One doesn't know the front or back until it's really, you know, until the
It has
sticker's
the little
on.
sticker on it that says PM Artist
Well,
Studio.
it's not really, yeah, the sticker, but our backer.
Okay, but remember, these were the parts. These are the actual cutouts.
Bits. Ask for your bits.
Ask for your bits.
I'll
And I
pick 'em
think
up.
this one turned out really.
It's my job.
This is
But
our
now
mat
s-
scraper.
Yeah. I sat down there and I glued this stuff on and talked to Josh and we chit-chat about different things. I don't know why it did that. And I certainly couldn't replicate
I like
that.
this.
How did you apply the high flow? She just put it down on the plate and then like a
Oh
glaze.
yeah, smashed it down on the back of the
But
cup.
you do put it on the gel print, on the gel plate, and the reason you want to do that is to thin it out.
Well, and
Because
you
if
just
you paint it on, it's not going to have the same.
it isn't, and you're going to not going to get any of those nice little occlusions that occur.
Or the crazing.
Crazy, yeah, same thing.
Same difference.
Semantics.
Mm.
Okay, well,
I'm into semantics.
I really didn't mean for this to happen I didn't place it on the right side of the.
Oh, I got
Thing.
thanked for
But I
scraping
like
mats.
it.
Aw.
You're welcome, Eddie.
Aw.
What?
Eddie gave him a thank you for scraping mats.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Hey, Carol.
It's a lot harder than people think.
It is.
So, and look at those edges. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, now the toe started out, and I know I don't know if you can see this white on white. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's because
The-
we have a lovely camera.
And Mariah can tell you what stencil this came from.
That is Froyle's, the Dream Big,
Ah,
the writing.
writing. Hey, I love it.
Yeah, and you got to ask for those bits. We do not scrape those bits. Like, just, you know.
You know, because they're. Oh, I had to go through and cut out some pieces because they get the wrinkled effect.
Yeah.
It's just impossible not to. But I think
Aw,
this
that's
one's-
sweet, Brad.
What is it?
He says, I have to say, this is one of the best bunch of people here. A very great community that shows love to each other. I would say I would welcome all of you into our family any day of the week.
Wow.
Brad feeling it.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Woo!
I'm start crying already.
God, we were hoping you
15
weren't one of
minutes
those.
in.
Josh just has allergies. He brought the allergy excuse today. I love that. Those are the sashiko bits. And again, you need to ask for those.
Yes.
Some bits, like if they're big and we just know that, you know, you want them or whatever, we'll put them in there. But, because it takes time to get them off there. Package them.
Yeah, it does. And I don't weigh mine, so mine are very
Did Brad get into
intuitive.
the whiskey? Maybe.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you gotta come down a little bit and then my way. There, perfect. That's the zone right there. I thought about like putting like an X mark like on the map, but the camera moves around and
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and save those for Tuesday to
Hey, Gayla.
go ahead and print on. I just wanted to show them to you in case you wanted to do something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Peas are the fat bags. We haven't put them in the shop yet, but we need to. We really do.
What is it?
The fat bags of,
What
or
is
the.
that? Oh, the
Oh,
bits.
yeah,
The
yeah, the
bits.
bits.
Yeah, I see her packing them up.
Well,
Yeah.
those are her personal.
Oh, yeah, I have my personals, and then I have because I actually separate my personals.
I know, I saw
When
them.
I package you're all stuff up. You
goes
get,
into one
you
bag.
get the joy of going through and doing that yourself. Mm-hmm. All right, so somebody was talking to me one day about, oh my gosh, you should save that tape, and I'm just like, oh, come on now. I got boxes of saved stuff. I don't need to start
They're
a
already
new.
trying to get you on the gel
A
plate.
The
new
gel plate?
saver.
Okay. I like the gel plate.
Oh, he wants the gel plate.
Well, he's been up here before and watched.
Yeah,
me.
we've done gel plating with her.
Yeah.
I've done gel plating with her.
Yeah, Izzy was here at the time.
Hi,
We
Paula.
need to-
Where are you headed to? Hello, Amy. Welcome.
Okay, so what I did is I glued this down with the shiny side down, and you can see it didn't stick very well in certain places, but that's okay.
Hey, Crooked.
And then I put it immediately on top of the tape because there's still some sticky tape here. But I got that nice matte finish on that, and I thought that was quite remarkable. And I just knew y'all
Hi,
would
Susan.
want to know about this.
Yes.
That this is
The
one
tape.
of those
She kept the tape.
inquiring minds.
She kept the tape.
I kept the tape.
She glued it down.
And I
Sorta.
I glued it down, and I think here's what's happening.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Okay, but you need to have it. I put the stuff down first.
Would you like
and-
my thought about this?
Sure, Mariah.
Because when you were explaining it to me, I was like, I already had that thought, but I was just going to see how it all played out. Mm-hmm. If you run a little bit of
Matte medium.
sandpaper
Oh, on the back.
across the back of it, I think it will grip better.
Well, I think I can still do that because right now
Yeah, it
it's
just
peeling
peels
off of
right-
there.
right up.
But here's the thing about it: if it sticks while I do the sticky part,
Yeah.
and so I don't really care if it doesn't stick right now because now I can come in with some good glue. This was just, and isn't that weird? It's still
I like the way it looks on the back.
Kind of looks like
Yeah,
a weird,
bacon.
weird bacon. Don't eat that bacon.
Well, I guess
Moldy bacon.
you know in this
Moldy.
case, okay, you can see
Moldy
that
but
there
raw
was
still.
product down there because you can even see the brush strokes.
Yeah.
So you know that that's what I did, and it laid flat instead of doing the curly
Curl.
thing and grabbing you. Because see now, no sticky, no sticking.
No sticky, y'all.
So you could have a shiny side, which is looks like a desert scene.
Sharon says add double-sided tape. That would work too, I think, because it'd hold it.
Sure it would, but then you wouldn't have the option of deciding if you want shiny or matte, because you'd have that once that stuff stuck down.
No,
I mean,
you'd be able to still probably pull it
You
up.
think you would?
Yeah.
Okay. And it wouldn't mess up.
But
my-
it would hold it more. Like, if you want it
and-
down, it can
yeah,
be down.
and I even thought about like taping it down, taping tape to tape, so that I could get rid of the sticky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, enough of that. Moving right
Yes,
along.
yes, Devin, I think so.
Okie dokie, now what? Okay, let's talk about the book. Oh my God, I watched the Mariah
okay, wait,
did
hold.
this.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay. I'll have a
Welcome to
little-
all of y'all that are coming in because we have quite the crew. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. And if you want to hang out in the background, that's totally cool. We don't mind it. Take a seat in the back and just hang out.
That's right, kick back.
You're going to be able to say that and be all cute and everything? Okay.
That's my
Sure
dog.
we will.
Okay.
All right. So we talked about, this is the actual stencil.
We did some work last night.
No, Mariah did this. This is all Mariah.
I got
Well,
a little-
actually, I created this special background for it because the one I had, I thought it needed more contrast. And she agreed also that it did need more contrast. She made this border go all the way around this. Now, I'm going to, where's the corner? I've got to show you this. I'm bringing it up because this is the kind of obsessive compulsive stuff that my daughter does that I absolutely
that's the book?
I had to leave
Oh.
the room because I was just like, I want you to notice this corner. So when you put this kind of stuff in the guillotine chomper, it has a tendency to wiggle around and scoot and whatever. And the more open areas, the more that occurs.
And really, when it's on an edge, it's very difficult because you're not you don't have a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
lot to hold on to hold it into place. So it kept pulling and it pulled that. But I pieced those little.
Look at those.
pieces
Can
in.
you see them?
They're not exactly spot on, but it was way better than this glaring little
I thought it was absolutely
Yeah.
marvelous. Oh my goodness. here's-
16th of an inch.
Yeah, more stuff sticking to the
This is sticking,
sticking. Sticking.
sticking, chicken.
Okay. So this is the front, and you've all seen the front.
But I inlaid.
I mean the inside.
All right, so wait, we need to talk about that for just a second. So if
Okay.
you guys want to do this with one of your stencils that looks gorgeous and you're keeping it because the paint buildup is just
Out
much
of
too
this
good
world.
to, move on to the next one, and you want to order a new stencil, which is totally fine. What you do, you keep one corner, basically.
This.
Yeah. And then you can piece in and cut the other margin off and put that into place. That was the final decision on how to do that. And then keep your little extras because if it pulls or does some funky stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm even thinking about using the little extras and even perhaps trying to do some cutting that mirrors this because this is all going to be the back side. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
You did a really these are the prints from the last stream. I don't think you did any.
Well, actually, I went over this one, and this one.
Okay.
No, I did. Yes, I did. I went over it and knocked back the yellow a little bit.
Looks really nice.
Oh, and one thing I did want to show you because I told Mariah, I said,
And then these are the new stencils that came out. This pattern, plus then the one on the front that we actually cut up, that's Peacock's Florals. That's from Darcy.
yeah. All right, I have to move my table to get to my sandpaper.
I know, the backgrounds are so good. I was really, I like shiny, so I like them a lot.
Well, and that's one of the reasons that I was hesitant to use a lot of metallics when I was doing my printing for my flowers, because I knew I wanted some of that in the background for the wallpaper, even when we started and it was going to be a big, 14 by 22 board.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew I wanted some bling bling in the background. So that's why I stayed, and I think that that was a really good decision. Now, on this, I've already done one side of it.
I know, you can't go wrong with a good accordion. Concertina.
Absolutely, and I'm trying to get this so that you can see it. All right, can you see that right there?
We're working on that.
That's all right. If you just take your blocks, and this is an old one, so it's, most of its sandpapery stuff has since departed the world. What it does to that tissue paper is it just rolls it off of there. And I had on my dark shirt, and I went downstairs, and I had all this stuff all over the front of me, and I'm going, what is that? Oh, yeah.
Sandpaper is my book.
Sandpaper tissue paper.
Yeah, you can come, that direction with the front, that part. Perfect. Look at that.
I get like both views.
I know.
Ain't that wonderful?
We plan these things. We don't.
Well, I got tired of trying to cut it off, and me and cutting, the board would have been like this. I would have had to go with a very organic edge.
Mm-hmm.
And we just really didn't want to do that after Mariah spent all this time,
So Kathy, we have multiple streams, and I think
look at
even
how that
regular videos on how these concertina accordion books are created. We've done it numerous times, but if you want, I can put that link maybe in Makers later on. I'll put like a little list of different ones, different sizes, because we've done various sizes, but the construction of them basically is the same. And yes, Josh is my nephew.
And
You're saying we look alike.
he looks like his grandmother. Such a cute boy.
Hey, Gina.
All right. Well, I won't belabor the point here, but I think you get the idea. Now, I would caution you.
Hey,
if
Jeanette.
you are doing this to a Gessoed board, nay, you will be removing all of your gesso.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be angry with yourself.
That's another reason I like that black chipboard, because it's a great, base that you don't have to do a whole lot to. And then even when, like this, it comes back up, shows back up. And then whatever still kind of maybe has some glue or whatever, I will come back at the very end with the black Posca marker and really clean those up. I've already done the margin in between. That's why they look so clean and lovely. It's a little finish work.
But we decided to hold off on doing anything to this until I did my sandpapering, because,
Okay.
that was probably going to... All right, now see right here on this one where it's kind of coming out a little bit? That's what Mariah's talking about. You just hit that with a little of the glitter glue, and I'm not the very best person to be doing this. Oh, and you don't want to be sandpapering once you have glue on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like cutting. It's just not a good idea. All right, just turn that around and...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I think Isabella has taken off with my little sticky notes once again. I tell you, I can't leave them out here.
Yeah, they're done on this.
Yeah, she's death on sticky notes.
Yes, she is. I got the little tiny ones.
I remember one time when she went through the house and she laid a little heart trail with her
Everywhere.
sticky notes. It was like, Hansel and Gretel, sticky note style. What's that sound like in the camera?
I don't know, is this good ASMR? What is
Yeah,
it?
they said it's like 3D ASMR
Nice.
to get both views.
All right, that's pretty good. So you see what's happening, and then you see all this stuff down here. This is the stuff that came off. And you want to get rid of it because it will muss you up. See that?
Oh, wonderful. Kathy got the links. Yeah, I did post that in Makers. I think I put it on the stream itself, too.
What is it?
For the gaffer tape and the chipboard.
Yeah, and let me tell you what, chipboard is not all alike.
No.
Yeah.
There's widely, I mean, the
Now,
difference are just
The thing
mind-boggling.
is, we started out with the Graphics 45 chipboard, which is quite nice.
Oh yeah,
It's a little pricey.
Real proud of their product.
And I think it might be similar to that other link that I posted. What was it? Was it Dragon something? Dragon something. Anyway, a little bit pricier, but it does kind of, what's it?
They're texture junkies.
Okay, you guys see they sit over there and chuckle. I can't
Maybe
read
you
your
could
gosh
get her-
darn brain.
Maybe you could just get her like one of those those vertical ones where she could
No,
just
she doesn't. She'd get distracted because she'll just sit over there and read for a while. That's what she does on Mondays, whenever, and then she wanders off and starts working on other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a very low threshold for boredom.
Sharon
Don't-
says, Mariah, aren't you going to save those tiny dust bits?
That's weird.
Actually,
And now she's getting quite the chuckles in the chat.
Yeah, that's too late. I guess.
Estella, that is actually, if you want to go over to the blog, which I will hashtag that in blog. I hope that was the one, and Nightbot puts it in. There we go. Look at that. See?
Yeah, I know. I've been watching them.
Nightbot, yeah. So if you go over there, we have a list, and I try to keep it fairly. Now, not a lot of it has changed, in some time, but I do go back and add certain things in or switch certain things out. But if you go to our stories and just look up commonly used, that would be the story to look up, and tons of links. And I have them kind of broken out too, like pencils and.
Oh, you got a question about the Israel, or to Israel?
Unfortunately, they don't ship to Israel. I have find other if. I think so. I think if you click the affiliate link and then if you click it and it is not available to you, I think if you find something right after that, we still get. Or if you want to be super sweet, Miriam, let me know. Send me the link. I'll get you the affiliate link. But it is supposed to tie into other countries. I did set that up, I think. It was a little complicated.
Oh, she said.
God knows I didn't have anything to
A
do with
silly
that.
sense of humor for this group. I was warned. Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Or not warned, just.
Yeah. We gave him a heads up. Okay, you can go.
I can go now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's what she
well,
waited for.
I saw this stuff. I'm excited to see what.
here's the bits that I'm saving.
I said, well, and I knew as soon as I asked, I said, so you want these, right? She said, hand them over.
Because
Those were the offcuts.
I don't like L cuts.
Yeah, that's.
I like to cut the L cuts into two because
Yeah.
they're very problematic dealing with them, storage-wise, because they get caught up on each other, and when you try to pull them out, then they pull out some others. And
Hi, Christy.
all that kind of stuff. The reason you don't want to get rid of these right now is because I may run into some problems here, and I may glue something down, and I may decide I don't really want it there, and then when I take it back up, I rip up some of
Yeah,
the
they
paper.
end up folded. That's Kylie. She just went, and then they're kind of messed
Yeah.
up and all wonky and.
But I just thought, number one, I think that these are really stellar because this is the kind of little bit, that you want to put in your book.
Bye, Abby.
That kind of just gives it a little bitty,
Doop.
one of those. Okay, putting those over here.
Oh, they want you to speak. loud.
Okay.
What? What?
They don't want to miss a word that I say.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to know,
Now, when
Josh.
she's talking, usually then I just whisper things to the camera, like, hello to whomever.
Yes.
Mhm. So that way I'm not messing with her, but I still want to acknowledge people showing up.
And I don't really even pay any attention sometimes. I'm just over here doing whatever I want to do anyway. Okay, so what I decided here, I've got these flowers, remember? The 4 flowers. which 4 is a bad number anyway. But if I do 3, 1, that'll be good too.
You could cut 1 in half. And then
Put it on the edge. Well, that's a thought. By golly, Mariah. And you know, I did do some of that on one of my ATCs. ACTs. All right, so what I noticed with these little bits that Mariah had here, and just, you know, lying here on the paper, where's that one that was really good? Here, this one. I thought, isn't that interesting? And wouldn't that be kind of cool? Now, I mean, you know, I didn't plan this. Okay, it doesn't go there. It goes here. I get kind of discombobulated on this book.
Well,
I mean, once I really get going, it'll be okay.
yeah, and I was kind of having that feeling too, because I was like,
Okay, now where's the front?
am I making sure? Because remember, we had assigned an order to the inside panels, so that already was determining where then the cover needed to go.
Okay, now here's the other thing. When you're starting to design on one side, you need to make sure that the bottom is consistent, because when you flip it, do we have any of those incidents when we had a little flippy problem? Yes, we did.
Are you asking for a friend?
I'm asking for a friend, yeah.
Did you want to see it?
Yes, because I think it would be very instructional. An instructional example of what not to do. All right, so we know that this is going to be the front. Well, it is the front, but it's the front this way, not the way I just had it. Is that important? Yes, because your flowers are going to have a bottom and a top. And hello, most of them, you know, are not hydroponically grown in a vertical greenhouse.
Hydroponically grown in a greenhouse. That's funny.
Vertical, you know.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah. Look at this. Now, I want you to just really appreciate.
All right, you're a little too, go a little, there, perfect.
All right, let me kind of get rid of some of this mucky muck here.
Now, this is an old project. This is when we,
This is when we were making
stuff for Louisa Heinzel.
Yeah.
These are her papers. Now, I did a lot of things to them.
Yeah.
I went mixed media on them.
Okay, well, not only we make this little hooty-doo thing, but the beads are made from alcohol ink treated foil.
Candy wrappers.
And then rolled around. Yeah, I only made a couple of those because that was a whip. But I thought they were quite interesting. And these are little charms that were added to the end of a wire that showed up somewhere. And then just some more little bits here. But that's an alcohol ink painted white plastic curtain ring. Doesn't it look like jade or something?
Yeah, that. And what's funny is not all plastic takes the ink.
It does not. Some of it just rolls.
Yeah.
It just wads up. But for whatever reason, man, it took it beautifully. And look, this has been, what? This is like 2 years old?
Oh, no, that's like 3, coming up on 4.
Wow.
Wow. And I'm not
Like
sure.
I said, that's when we were doing stuff for Louisa, which was in the very beginning. Like, right after we made cards, we did stuff for Louisa Heinzel.
Heinzel.
Oh, yes, Louisa.
Louisa.
Look at that. Okay, now I got
Yeah.
and hopefully, yeah, this is
It might take a little popping and, convincing.
convincing.
Oh.
I was very adventurous in my thoughts of how this was going to flip out, and I was sure that I was going to remember it each and every time, and it's not true. So that's why it's a little weird.
Here's one of her. I call
Some
these
ups
Mariah
or downs, and
tongue depressor.
see, I
tags.
started out that.
Hey,
Oh,
I
that
did
was
that.
nice. That
I
was
remember
really
that.
That's a cut up playing card.
Well, I did this side. I didn't do this side.
Yeah.
This is Mariah's side. But here, look, check these little dudes out. Now, who would take time? Oh my gosh, they're all stuck together.
And I'm trying to think. I can't remember. I don't know if I did video. Like, there's some video on this, but I don't know, like, if it's a full process.
Yeah, it was probably a really crappy video. I'm not sure those are supposed to come out. I mean,
do.
I think they're supposed to, but I'm
Yeah.
not tearing them out because I'm afraid I'm going to screw up the bird there.
And I did all that pencil work on that flower. Because because that's not how the papers are.
Okay, well, I just, this middle, the color of this tape is kind of,
No, it's not tape.
what is it?
That's when we would make the accordions out of the kraft paper. But it's got a good coating.
I
of Mod
don't
Podge.
really know which side, this
That
is,
flips down. Or no, here. Let me show you. So that way you're not tearing it
yeah, I
apart.
know, I'm having trouble here
I see
because
that.
it's stuck together. We'll
So,
focus on this. Look
Look,
at these
this one has a
beautiful
magnet.
colors.
Hey, look. This has a magnet that pops open. And then this opens like
flips
that.
down.
See? And there used to be something in there. It just probably got stuffed somewhere else.
Some of the pages on one side flip up and some of them flip down.
The
I
one
think
that you're talking about is here. We'll show that so we can just be done with this and she can stop being mean to me.
I just think it's just.
But yeah, some things got stuck to one another.
But I think the thing about it is again, it's be prepared to modify your plan because that's when the magnets came in because the magnets held everything in
Yeah,
that was
sort of.
kind of like going south, literally.
Yeah, and I'm sure this one pops open. I can't remember. But this is one. See, it pulls
Whoa.
down and out. So
Yeah, they go two ways here. See, okay.
that pulls out again too. There's 3 there, I think, or one goes up. Yeah, see.
Oh, look at those! Look at those colors.
I put the color work in.
Well, I'll tell you what. If John David's watching, this is his color
Gina.
his color range. He'd be thrilled about
Are
this.
you okay? Do you need a different chair?
Just trying to stretch out my knee.
Okay, well, you can see why it's important to decide.
Yeah,
I
this
just
one's
love.
very flippy, flappy, floppy.
Look at these little jobbers. Okay, this is
They're pillows.
This is a candy wrapper, an embossed candy wrapper.
This is kind of my boho steampunk. You know, who knew you could mix those?
And these were pillows from a
Magazine.
magazine.
And then I did Posca and
Aren't they just adorable?
I might post a link to this here video. I think I did process on this thing. It was like days.
You've got to see
worth
this
of
one.
work.
Look at this. Look at the little tufted ends of the pillow there. I mean, this is. I mean, I've looked at this before, but I'm looking at it again, and I'm really appreciating it in a whole new light.
I
And
had more
that's what
time then.
That's what I think is. Yeah, it's a very confusing fold. I'm not sure about that, but it has such fabulous things
And then
in
when
it.
I did like the little, flip through, show through thing, I never could get it right.
Starting on.
Can't even get my own book right.
Oh well.
Thanks, Tracy.
Oh well, oh well. All right, so here we are. While Mariah was gluing all these down last night, and and it's just really great that we have Josh come over and scrape mats on the dining room table because it gets cleaned off at least once a week. It's kind of
Otherwise, it kind of builds up and
yeah, and you're eating in a little spot that's about this size because there's all those other Well, anyway. that
art
doesn't happen anymore.
projects happen down there. There's crayons and all kinds of,
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Izzy does, yeah.
Izzy stuff. So, as per requested, and I'm going to show you these, and you're just going to lose your mind.
Oh yeah, Sandy, you here? She
Is
was
she
here a minute
here?
ago. So per Sandy's request, she's like, she wanted some kind of template or way to cut some of the same flowers that P had created. So what we did is we went ahead and P drew out kind of like she did before what we created, and then I have those scanned in, and it is a free download on our website. So I'm gonna find that little link for you. One
Okay,
second.
so you've got this one,
Mm-hmm.
and I just printed on these yesterday, so they're still a little, and they're sticking.
Now remember, these are printables, so like you have to be able to print them, but they are a free download.
And seeing that's the kind of thing that happens that is very irksome. Okay, see? This is the carnation. Look, I even wrote at the top, carnation. And the great thing about, and you will have to remember that I put the tiger lily leaves in here, so you'll probably have to reprint those if you're, printing. I printed for, look at
Whoa.
that. Isn't that gorgeous?
See.
That's very nice.
And we talked about multiple ways of doing this. So here's the thing. I would say that if you have an inkjet printer, that probably gel printing is going to be a lot easier and better as far as the lines and things are concerned. You don't want to go spraying. Now, maybe you care about that, maybe you don't. But if you start doing the sprays with the inkjet, if it hasn't really set, now sometimes, and depending on the ink that you purchase, whether it's, the ink that, is
Goes
by the
with it.
manufacturer, and also that depends, but sometimes some of them set better than others, so you can use sprays on them, and they don't have as much bleed. Ultimately speaking, though, inkjet inks are going to bleed with sprays and other mediums.
Alcohol,
Don't make us
any
bust out
kind-
that chart again.
Yeah. Everybody's always thrilled when we bust out the
I know,
chart.
when we both bust out the chart. Yeah, people get
Okay,
excited. They
so
don't.
I'm very proud of my gel printing on all of these.
Those-
Oh gosh.
we got
And
charts.
I forgot when I put this down, and I apologize. I know this is like,
I don't know.
this is the back side. You don't want to print on this side. Well, I mean,
You can.
you can. But here's the dealio. If you print on the front side, then you're not going to see any lines.
Exactly, Sandy. Yeah, so you want to print it out and then gel print it or spray it or pencil work it or just paint it in. You could kind of paint by numbers. That would be kind of fun if you numbered out the little things and painted them in. That'd be fun. She thinks that's dumb. That's fine. She can think.
Whatever floats your boat. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you right now.
You guys are
I am
welcome.
not doing
We wanted
that.
something, to say thank you to all of you guys that have stuck with
Yes.
us through Arty Blooms.
And I do think, look
Yeah.
at that. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that. And I did make some flowers, and then I had some put together here, and I think they all got mussed about, so we'll just have to look at them and kind of. But this is with, I started out, and you can't, I don't think I
Exactly,
used it
Devin.
on this one. On
Deb-
some of them, I started out with puzzle, but then I went to,
So
Brad-
Devin said print on both sides, like gel print it. And if you did a transparent on the side where the lines are, then you'll be able to see them. But then you have double-sided. And then you can kind of leave some of those pieces up. Remember? Because we were kind of having some trickiness with if the white part was going to show.
that's a great idea.
Fantastic.
Fantastic idea.
That's why
well,
we
I
need
didn't
y'all.
think about that. But I'm not going to have any sticky uppies because remember my book
It's
goes
all sticky
flat.
downy.
They have to sticky downy because they're going to get smashed.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a really great, I'm just sitting here now and I'm going, oh, that could work really well on like cards or something, that you're going to hand deliver and not
you
put in
could-
an envelope.
You could flip them open and things.
Oh, yeah. Interactive. I love interactive.
Mm-hmm. She says you can thank her coffee. Her brain's working. It's basically, I think, what she's saying.
Well, and you do know that all of my little tubey stems are going to be
Smooshed.
smushed.
But I think they're still gonna, even though they'll be smushed, they're not gonna be flat.
Well, and remember, because of the wrinkling in
Mm-hmm.
them, they're going to smash differently.
Yeah.
And they're going to be kind of lumpy, like most stems. Most stems are not like, there. Yeah, like that. Okay. Don't throw any of your pieces away till you get finished, because I'm going to show you why that is. All right, I've got a flower cut out here somewhere in this mess of stuff.
You might need to clear your board a little bit and decide what's what.
Okay, all right, here, look at these. These are little flowers that I created. Now, these are using, and here's the thing, I got to talk about this because when I was doing this, I was thinking about leaves, right? Well, petals and leaves have a lot in common. Mostly it has to do with color. If they're green, they're leaves. If they're,
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
It's multifunctional.
Multifunctional.
Let me
tell you what.
Multifolial. I'll let you go.
So this little stem part on here, let me show you where, okay, here we go. almost all of these have some kind of a little stem there.
And see, and I was sort of annoyed by that when they were the petals. But they're perfect for the leaves.
No,
You can lift, and they
Here's the
give you
thing.
connection points.
they're wonderful for the petals too, because you can stick them underneath and glue them.
They give you a
And-
little entry point.
Yeah.
It's like they glue here.
Yeah.
It's like you know what you're doing.
Okay, I'm going to show you the back
Yeah.
of these, so you can see. See that? How
Science
those? I
class,
can stick them
biology.
under there.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a double-sided flower. It's a moo cow on one side and a
Have y'all ever seen those out in the fantasy wild?
yeah. All right, now I think the ones that are particularly brilliant on my part are the carnations. And I had this all together here. Okay, so I decided the carnation, because remember the carnations that I have for the book? It's a side view, totally.
Yeah.
But the reason it is because it started out like this, and I thought I cut it in two because I thought it would be more interesting.
Uh-huh.
But look, if you've got two cut in two, all you have to do is just glue them back together, and voila, you've got a round flower if you need it.
And it almost looks like a top view of a carnation.
How about that?
The ever elusive carnation.
The ever elusive carnation. Now, I want to give you a little slight instruction on how these things on the back.
Ricky Nordmeyer says Josh is so cute, nodding and agreeing with all the artistic endeavors of Grandma.
He is. He's a sweetheart. He's a keeper. Okay, now I wanted to
I hope so.
talk about cutting these out. And I know that this seems like that these, but you can see, these lines are just suggestions. You can do anything you want to when you get in there. You do not have to fussy cut these boogers. You don't have to do that at all. You don't even have to sort of look at it all the time. You can just wiggle your scissors and look at that.
Wow.
But it gives you a good suggested.
Yes, and what you need to remember is that the carnation as a flower, okay, I thought that the theatrics was good.
It was.
So you can see here that I'm not very good at fussy cutting. Nobody allows me to fussy
And
cut.
I heard her even talking to herself, going, I don't have to follow the line.
I
Shouldn't.
Okay, so I started another little flower down here. And I went ahead and came down with a little bit of the part where you put the green over and make the little
You know how the
stemmy.
makeup people, well, you're not really showing into this camera, but like the makeup people, whenever they're showing things, they're always like this.
Yeah. I know what you
What?
Yeah. So
No,
if you're
not like that, you're blocking it.
yeah.
Is that good?
Or you can reach all the way over.
All right, so now the next step on these flowers, because you know I can't just leave them alone. I mean, look at these things. I spent hours.
And she probably still has done even more. Just a little thing here and a little thing there.
But we want the petals to kind of separate out a little bit. To make that happen, it is just so easy. All you do is you just take a little, okay, now this is I think I'm just going to have a little purple here.
Kylie Koo says, that's how I cut with scissors anyway. I can't cut a straight line. I'm certain that all silk scissors I've ever bought were faulty. But I can't.
It's just a suggestion.
I must be buying mine from the same store, because I'll tell you what, I just give it up. If it's a straight line, I hand it over to Mariah. That's why
I wasn't even doing that great of a job. That's why I gave up. Like, I was trying to fold it and cut it with the guillotine, but that tissue paper is squirrely little stuff and slides, and I was using the downstairs guillotine, which basically only cuts Yubo. Because it's been used for, lots of, things that it wasn't necessarily meant to cut. So
All
it's a little wonky.
Get yourself a little piece of that paper that you saved over from, cutting off edges and whatnot, and test it out here. Because one of the things that I try to do is I try to leave the edges
Lift.
so that they lift up a little bit. Because all I'm doing is I'm just coming underneath them here and giving them a little bit of shading to kind of,
And a lot of you guys that do journals and make the cards and things that, you go through and ink the edges, that's kind of like what she's doing here.
Yeah. Okay. Just adding a little bit to separate those petals out so that you can see, and you can see what I'm doing here. I have a tiny little bit that I just took from the lid. Don't even squeeze it out. It isn't worth it. But see that, and it's going to take the paper differently.
So it kind of, it fills in, it sucks it in.
It really honestly does. And it's going to do it for you on the edges, because the edges are where, you know, the paper's raw. But see, isn't that just remarkable? Oh. Tiny little bit, just a little bit of wiki-washi color.
And then do that about 100 other times with different colors. Then, you know, add some clear texture gesso, do a little pencil work, come in with the Poscas, the Stabilo, Signo, whatever I'm talking about. Y'all know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Now see, that isn't even a
My
separate.
dad has a.
Does he know?
He has a knife sharpener.
Person?
No, he bought.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, we have
You
one
need
of those.
Oh.
But to do scissors, you
Oh,
really need a
scissors.
proper person to do them.
Okay, now see, I know.
We can. My mom knows a guy who can probably
Oh,
get
yeah?
that. Yeah.
Well, I spent $25 getting mine,
Hey, it's worth, if they're good scissors.
Yeah.
my hair
'em.
scissors, and they really need some.
Oh, yeah, and we could probably even ask the, you know, like, hairdresser people, because they have to know somebody.
Oh yeah, they have people come in and just collect all their scissors and take them away and then come back. Yeah. Okay, so that's what you do on those. You just muss about with them. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right.
I know. I'm with you, Kylie. I'm a paper terror. I like that.
Yeah, I think, but
Bye, Susan. We'll see you later.
with these flowers, bye Susan, tearing wasn't going to work for me so very much. I really did want a sharp
I have some of those in the kitchen.
edge.
Those, is it Messer? Those, the kitchen ones that come apart.
Oh yes, yes.
Those are some
Yeah, those
darn
are some-
fine scissors.
They are, and they hold it. All right, now that's light colored paper. Dark colored paper is kind of a little bit different. You're going to be adding highlights to it rather than lowlights. Yeah, to make them separate. And so you're going to do exactly the sort of the opposite. What happened to my paper here? Where did I do my? Oh well, I'll have about 900 sheets of that stuff over here. So you're going to think about which petal is in front and what.
I don't know where that where that one was going into, but
Which one?
I
Which?
may have missed something. I don't know. Sharon
What was
just
that?
says grandmas are big and heavy. Oh, maybe the
Scissors.
scissors.
The scissors.
And I was
I
going
was
to say,
like-
well, I'm glad you. Oh, here's my paper. It got
It's there, yeah.
put up yonder. Okay, turn this around a little bit. This is soupy stuff. Titanium white. You can make your own soupy stuff.
Yes, Miriam, that would be lovely.
What is it?
She says in Kiryat Bielik, I'm sure that is not at all how you say that, which is near her city there in Israel, is a person who will do that. Scissors and knives. Do you want the directions to him, Mariah?
Yeah, we'll get right on that. Send that right over. Okay. Now, this is just kind of what?
Well, the Darcy's punctuation is important.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
It certainly is. Okay, now see how that little petal all of a sudden just
Boop.
I hope I didn't glue. You know, I was kind of thinking when I was doing this.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't want to glue that little booger down. And then on this one, we're just going to, you know, kind of hit that out. We don't want to go there. But now if you accidentally do that, all you have to do is just come back in with your handy dandy.
Yeah. Handy dandy.
Your handy dandy.
She's switching parts of her brain. Give her a second.
I'm sorry.
She's gonna reboot.
I do. I told Mariah, I said, this is why I'm ever so thankful.
You come back with the darker color. If it
Thank
gets
you.
too light, you go back in with the darker color.
Bless your heart.
Yep.
you're so useful for so many different things.
I appreciate that, Mom.
No problem.
Are we going to glue some flowers down today?
I don't know. I might just
She's been futzing
piddle.
again. Just building more
But
flowers.
now see the difference here. Now, this is a little bit stark here. See that line? I don't like that. Just get some plain water, and you
Oh,
want
Paul, he's fine.
you want
We
to
discussed that.
want to do that before it gets like totally dry. If it bothers you. If it doesn't bother you, then
Carry on.
carry on, sally forth. Okay. Now, any other questions on that before we go on? See, everyone, I tried to do that. That's why that little stem, don't cut that little bugger off.
Don't do
Because this is what allows you to stick your paper underneath and do highlight, lowlight. Petal definition, AKA.
Might even use that as the...
Okay, here,
name.
now, I need to show you this because I did
We're
not
pedaling on.
talk about this. Okay, the reason I did this carnation thing in strips is because you're going to be assembling it from petals. And you're going to go back and forth, and again, don't, on your, it's kind of like, you know, those things that you're making for beads. So you're making a wedge shape, pie shape sort of thing. But the reason that you're going back and forth is because it's going to make a more organic, more interesting petal shape rather than, you know, if you like sort of planned it. Now you've got, so this is going to be, pardon?
Mm-hmm.
This will be your first layer of petals. Just put them together. Now you're not going to have any little stems on these, so you must keep that in mind. Try to only glue down in the center, so that you can slide if you need to, you know, what we did to this one, to add the highlights, lowlights. Well, we didn't add any highlights to that, but you can. Just do it on the edge of the petal, leave the center or the underneath part alone. Just hit the highlights on the edges, because that's where they'll occur if you look at a flower. And then you just put these together like this. Then you come back in, and you may have to cut off the big ones, but when you come back in to make them smaller, do it on a diagonal, because then you can use both parts of the,
Oh.
yeah. So I can use this, and then I can also use this.
And then if you do it just like she has it kind of laid out there, then it's more like it still hasn't opened up fully.
Yeah, this would be a bud. Or you can just take one of these and add your green part here. I mean, you know, make a little jaggedy hooty do. And there you've got your bud.
Got that? Bud. Bud.
Whoop. Okay. Now, what's next? What's next? What's next? Let's get rid of all of this. I don't want to accidentally flip that booger-boo over. I think we're through with these.
writing lines.
All right, we talked about all of those.
You ever had to do
Talked
that?
about all of those. I'm going to
Did
leave
teachers
these
do
out
that?
because
I
I
think I
might
did fifth
actually
grade once.
start.
Really?
And I think my dad's made me do
Oh, well, that's probably true. He's a little old school.
What? Oh.
writing lines in school. Did you assign that?
Paula says, you were quite safe, Josh. Eddie is usually in the naughty chair writing lines in my office after school. And then I asked Josh if he's ever had to write lines.
I don't know. I remember one time I'd like fold a bunch of the lost and found laundry as a punishment. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet that is kind of gross.
They launder, lost and found?
Did they wash it or did you like have to
I don't know.
You just had to fold.
I don't
Ooh,
want,
it might
I don't
have
want
had
random. Yeah.
Cooties.
Especially
Ooh.
kids. Kids are
Ew.
gross. Our
It-
baby's gross.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I see. I was with her all day yesterday.
Yeah, she can be really gross. We love her, but we embrace it. Not everybody understands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to just...
Yeah, she's a green sleever.
So is Luke. Her and Luke. Oh, it's so gross.
Kleenexes is at 4
Yeah,
and
oh yeah.
well, we mostly use toilet paper anyway.
Yeah.
But it's high quality toilet paper. Okay.
It is.
Now, so this leads me to my next little experiment here. And I know y'all think that I'm never going to get this book done, but I think we made leaps and bounds this last week.
Yes.
I do not want to lose that batch of stuff there because I'm going to...
I promised people you were going to glue down some flowers today. And not like, like flowers that are made, not more flowers being made.
All right, so I want to talk...
She's listening to that. And she's just like...
Okay, so here was my thought. I want to incorporate some of those flowers, but I really am leaning towards, and I think the ones that I just made there, I can probably use those, but I want you to look at this.
Ooh. They're camouflaged.
They sort of are, but then I want you to envision
Oh, that looks
this
beautiful.
going
top of
on.
there. What? You're going to put them on the cover?
No. They're
Why
going
are
to
you
go.
teasing me?
They're going to go inside. But what I want to do,
Oh, it's like they've broken off in
Yes.
there. Oh, I love that idea.
but I need you to glue down this paper so I can cut it out in those swirly kind of shapy things. So that
Oh, you're going to
Yeah, and they're
recreate that.
well, sort of. The idea of it, I don't think it's probably going to be like spot on or anything. But instead of leaves, we're going to have these swirly do things going sort of randomly across the whole thing. That's why I said I might need to make some more of those kind of flowers.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, you got to do that off camera. Because, people know. We know.
They do. But can you glue this down so I can at least try
Did y'all
it?
ever think I was ever going to say, you can do that off camera? Normally I'm begging her to do things on camera where I'm like, no, we've done enough flowers. We've seen all the...
But look how beautiful those
They
are.
They are. It's just, the month of May is ending.
What is today?
It's May 28th.
No? Yeah? Oh, yeah. We got
I know,
3 more
but
days.
we all know that I'm an exception to the rule.
Yeah, I don't know. On this one, I might be a little...
She takes
'cause you
them as, like, suggestions.
Yeah.
All right. I'm handing that to you, and I would like for you to glue it down to a piece of
Jerry, you want to feel it?
Richardson paper.
Yeah.
I like that paper.
And the reason is because I would really like it to be kind of a little bit substantial.
Okay, do you know what happened to my spreader? My new one? Did it come upstairs? It did. Never mind.
I was going to say I was
think
not
that's
in
it.
charge of
Well.
that.
Anything's
All
a
right,
spreader.
now, while Mariah's doing that, you know where this is going on the back, right? And I thought that was an important thing to show you. But what I do want to do,
Or is it that thing?
Well, it's this, but not this one. I just don't want
is
to...
flip this over, because remember, this is going to be the first page inside the book. Page numero uno. Is it numero or numero?
Numero.
Joshi?
Numero?
Numero.
Yeah.
Okay.
His mother speaks Spanish,
He's
but he
taking
does not.
Spanish.
Yeah, I do. I speak Spanish.
Do
He did
you?
take Spanish.
You
He
understand
told
it.
me.
I'm starting to learn how to speak it in school. I'm
Properly.
reading Spanish 4 next year.
Sweetie, I have...
My senior year, I'm probably gonna go to Spain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Josh,
right.
that is so
Yeah, you- then
wonderful.
Yeah, you need
That's
to-
what I want to do. That's why I want to
España.
stay in it.
Not Mexico.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Spain sounds fun.
Okay, page 1. And remember we were having, or we,
Numero. Yeah, see, she's right.
I'm using the collective here. We. I like the leaves, but I think that they need some definition.
Oh, that's going to be backwards in there. Here, show them that glue.
This is the...
I'm creating another new spreader.
New spreader.
It's going on the Jack Richardson large paper, heavy duty. And then I'm just going to put a bunch of glue on there, spread it out, and slick it down.
Okay, now see that those little initials, those little letters right there, PVA. They stand for something. I don't know what it is. But let me tell you what. That's important because I want to show you the glue that I use sometimes.
Well, and it's because like they use it in book
It's
binding.
plastic.
Yeah, and it's more stretchy.
And it's not so... It doesn't have a high content of water, and that's what causes your rippling and whatever. Right? Everybody got that.
We do, Apple. We did a studio tour. Yeah, and it was fairly recently, like
Yeah.
you know, like last month or maybe the month before.
Did you all notice my beautiful white cake?
And if you go to our community page, I think there's a link to it because that's the last post I did.
Okay, I'm going to grab one of my boards because I would rather have this, and I want you to be able to see it. Okay, so we're going to lay these leaves out here because we agreed that they're interesting leaves, but they're all just kind of the same, and when I put them down here, they really don't have, they're not separating themselves from each other, nor are they separating themselves from the background because the value range is almost the same. So that all that information is very important to you. I'm sure that you will. I probably have way more leaves than I need here, but you know, I think
safe
it's
than sorry.
That's right, and I can't be making some more of these boogers right in the middle of the whole.
Well, and they're never
flipping
really,
process.
and they're never really going to match up in the way that you want them to.
No, they're not, and I don't even know that I'm going to keep them this shape that they are. But anyhow, all right. I want to get my book out of the way because I'm kind of a messy person and I don't want to muck it up.
Did you get rid of like the other spreader, the really old one? I like this one.
I know,
It's
isn't
so
it?
uneven anymore that I can't get it back into shape.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't spread smoothly and nicely, so it has to be retired.
But it's definitely an
Got it.
artifact.
Place in my heart.
Yes.
Okay.
Little silver case.
Now, the thing about this is I do want to use a transparent paint because I love some of the little holy texture-y, you know, kind of things that are going on here. So I'm going to use a heavy body paint. And I do wish I had a nice clean thing, but you can just know that all of those paints that are out there are dry. And eventually I will take them off and they will make a lovely skin. All right, so that was this
I
color,
was reading the test.
turquoise. And see, it's semi-transparent.
Still my yeah. College.
What?
You can read it out loud if you want.
Stomata. Because you know what that is.
I don't know. What.
Ooh, Deb C found a clear PVA at Amazon last week, but it doesn't say acid-free. We're not that worried about it, but yeah, I mean, I know what you mean.
Oh, like she.
And then Colleen wants to know if you, Josh, do you have art classes in school? He does, but he does not take them. We've given him a little bit of a hard time about that, but that's okay. And then, yeah, polyvinyl acetate. See, Deb knows these things.
Okay, I need yellow. I need yellow. I need yellow.
Do you want to show this? Be careful, the
Yellow,
edges are
yellow.
kind of gluey. I didn't realize it wasn't
Oh,
like.
yeah.
All right, now I'm leaving this like it is, but I think what I want to do is I want to decide what unifying color I'm going to put over the whole thing, because I want it. When it goes on there, I want you to focus on the swirls. I don't want you to focus on the textury background. I want it to be just slightly suggestive.
Right, and the other thing is that remember, when you're cutting things into patterns like this, like if it's going to be in that swirly business, if you have it, if it is more patterned, that's going to break up the swirl itself. So you're going to lose the fact that it is
that
a
nice
swirl.
that nice shape, that
Yeah.
nice flow. Good point, Mariah. Good point. All right, so out here on my little messy palette thing, I have the blue-green, the turquoise, and I have the, I think that's manganese blue that I put out there. I don't know, it's one of those. And now I'm going to put some yellow over here because I do want to be able to change the color of my, what's going on here. So you use a very loosey-goosey.
I am by Anthony. No
And you
worries.
do want to wet it. This is where you need this little piece of paper too. Let me get all that. Am I in camera?
Yes.
Okay, so froggy green. Got froggy green. Okay, that's a little less froggy, a little more springy.
They already want Josh to do an Arty project.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think so. I think it would be a great idea. I really don't want to mess up this paper. I really don't have to. I can grab a.
Deb says, I want to know how Queen Pete resists peeling the paint off her palettes because I have to peel it off the next day.
I like to let it get nice and thick, and then it peels really easily because I'm kind of a lazy person.
Certain things like that don't bother her. I'm with you, Deb. I'm like, ooh, if it'll peel, I'm gonna peel it.
Okay, you start at the stem here, and this is, you know, you're making veiny lines, and they don't have to even be really. But if you hold your brush in a perpendicular, you're going to use your oh, and I even got a little bit of white in there. That's great. You know, you can push down on it and get thick, thin, yada yada.
Yada yada. Do you want me? I can turn her camera down a little bit so you can see a bit more from the side. Or yeah, there we go.
Okay.
That way you can kind of get a better idea of like really what she's doing there. Sort of.
and
It's tiny,
what else
but
I need here is I need some.
Subtitles.
I need some transparent red iron oxide, and I'm using open because it'll stay moist on my plate a lot longer.
I love it when you talk with a paintbrush in your mouth.
I can dance with roses too. I haven't done that lately, but back in the day.
Back in the day,
Back in the day.
I
Now
was
this
further
is,
back than me.
definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, because it's just once you pop those babies out, your entire life has changed.
Yeah.
As Mariah says, I had a baby. Okay, now we can get a nice. We can dull that froggy stuff out.
It's starting to look so good.
They would like you to hold up the brown paper into the technology. And those of you that want to take a screenshot, I said go for it. If you want it digital, here, hold it down, because then they can get the whole, and then slide it over towards the book, the other direction.
Other way.
Right there, and
Up,
up
up.
towards me.
Oh.
Sorry, no, towards me, that way.
There.
There, you guys can. Very nice.
Ain't it great?
Yeah.
I knew when that happened that was going to be a good one. All right, all I'm doing over here is I'm just can they see this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right
good.
above your head.
Yeah, I'm really not liking that business right there, that big old blob of green. And yeah. That looks a lot better. More better. All right, now this is an interesting shaped leaf. It kind of looks like a buzzard head, right? But it's one of those leaves that's going like this. So it has downward motion. That's important to have some of those, because not all leaves are going to be perky.
Perky.
Lively.
What was that?
Perky. Lively.
Lively, yes. You're not going to have lively leaves. Some of them are going to be, you know, in a state of decay.
Lethargic.
They're lethargic leaves, yes.
If we're going with the...
They're resting. They're tired.
They had a baby.
They produced buds.
That's what happens. You get tired. Good stuff. Devin says these are menopausal leaves. Limpy leaves.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
And here,
Comatose.
yes, what I am trying to do is I'm aware of the contours of my leaf. And I'm trying to sort of mirror those. Mm-hmm. Keep running into that little bit of white over there. And do change your green. Don't just have it be.
Oh yeah, Carrie's here. He's on the ship. We didn't think you're so good, Carrie.
Yeah. Isn't he one of the people?
Oh yeah, they've changed the because you go through different time zones and stuff. I totally understand that.
Okay, there we have. Yes. Okay, we're just going to continue on with this, and I'm going to see if I have enough, because I don't know how many leaves I'm really going to need, and there's no sense in, you know, belaboring this point, because I think you get the idea.
She's gonna glue down something today.
Yeah,
on the book. That's what I'm saying. On the book. She's teasing us with showing the book.
Well, this is page number 1. I guess I don't really need to necessarily do page number 1. I'm going to notch my leaf a little bit because I really like that one over there that was kind of bumpy.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
And what it does also...
You can put it behind your ear.
What it does also is it gives you a place to make your little leafy lines go to. You know, the veins in your leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I have a whole bunch of little piddly things that get caught on my gel plate. And
Carrie's happy to see we worked out the cover. Yes, and if you watch the beginning, we talked a little bit about how that was done, but it's quite a little process.
And I always tell Izzy, when your paint isn't moving like you want it to, it means that you need a little bit more water.
Mm-hmm. Footing it down there.
Okay.
He's not good at sitting still for.
I'm sitting still.
Are you falling asleep?
Well, he you can just tell he's a little antsy.
Do you need to move about? Well, children need to move.
And if you
That's
want,
necessary.
you can scoot your chair over there, and I can just be in the screen, and you can just reach out if you want.
You can wiggle around, and this is why I do every now and then, because I get really tired of
Shakes
just
the place.
sitting in the same position.
Remember, we're upstairs, so it I was just explaining why the whole place moves when
Okay. Everybody got that.
We didn't have a
We're going to be through with that for right now. Mariah wants me to glue down a page, so I'm going to go to a page where I have.
Ricky says I can see how this flower making turning into a life's work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like all you do is
Absolutely
make flowers.
And the thing about it is you become more discerning as you move along. And I've noticed even from the first flowers that I made that I'm a lot more cognizant of flowerness. Flowerness. I feel like I have a hair in my eyeball. Okay.
Let me see. If you look at me, I can usually see them. And they get stuck to your glasses.
Yes, and I feel it's tickling me right now. I had it.
So gray hairs are hard to see. Look on your glasses, because sometimes it's actually...
No, it's still here. I can feel it
Okay.
over here. Okay, I think at least... Oh, no, I didn't.
I can't see it from here, so...
I
think I did. It's, more towards
Feel
the
it.
corner of your eye.
Yeah.
No, the inner nose corner.
Okay, did I get it?
Maybe.
Well, it's not bothering me.
Okay, very good. We're moving on.
We're moving on. Okay, page 3. Let's look at page 3. Okay, page 3. Guess what? Page 3. I can do page 3. Page
Oh, people will
3
be
is
so
ready
excited
to
because
go.
it's the tiger lily.
Page 3 is ready to go. Oh, I'm so proud
Blessed
of
be.
myself. Now if we can just
Flowers that are done.
count the right number of pages rather than have to. Okay, so this is the front of the book, right? We must always orient ourselves. All right, so, oh yeah. This is the one we're working on. I'm going to put that over here with the leaves to help me remember that that's...
They go together.
They go together. So this goes on page 3.
1.
Now, I need
2.
to make sure because right now,
Oh,
before I start gluing anything down,
is it folded properly?
yeah, is it folded properly? Is this going to be,
No, that's your backside.
that's my backside.
Yeah.
All right, so I am,
Oh, for the love of all things. There you go.
so it needs to go like this. I'm always telling Izzy,
Yeah.
Izzy, you must make sure that your page is open the right way
Yeah,
when you're
she
making your
kinda-
books,
Yeah.
baby.
She just does it whatever.
Okay, I already can
Yeah,
tell
and it's
you
like, but you didn't
that
go to
this
the
is
right
going
page.
to
I'm
be,
like,
look at that. Is that not just fantastic?
Wow.
now, for sure you're on page 3.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
1, 2,
Very good.
3.
Wonderful. This
Well-
is also the beauty of working in an accordion, is that you can, you know, just fold out the kind of spread. What's she doing there? Okay.
Matching it up to the edge because that's just the kind of person I am. Now, okay, you can all get ready for Mariah to start
Ooh.
hissing.
Jeanette says stick a post-it on 1 or 2 of the upper parts so you don't forget. You want some little post-its?
No, I think I'll be okay.
Like once you have that flower down, I think you're good.
Yeah. I will be able to look at my empty paper towels and say, 3's done. So that's page 3.
Yeah.
But you know, that really is a good idea. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to write down Tiger Lily. That way I can reference.
Oh, yes. Good call. In case something, you know.
You never know.
Yeah.
God
Hey,
knows.
Christy.
All right. So I'm going to need a glue paper here. This'll work. No, I don't really like that. I need high contrast. I don't know what it is with my...
You have one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. There you go.
Okay, so first of all, what we need to do here is we need to do an initial glue.
Oh, definitely, Kathy. Yes. And then some of those, like, some of the books that I'll show you that I made, yes, you can put pockets in. The key is if you plan on putting a bunch of stuff in it, and that's why we left a pretty hefty, I mean, this is pretty decent margin. You can go wider, but the other thing is you need to consider, like, the wider you go, the more stuff that probably does need to go into the book so it stays, because otherwise it's going to kind of be, it'll,
It'll wiggle.
yeah, wiggle back and forth.
Okay, I just glued that down because I really don't, I don't have a lot of wiggle room this way. So we can't have the petals be going, you know, this way. We've decided we want to try to keep it contained within the book for a various amount of reasons other than, you know, we initially thought we were going to have it go over.
I kind of wanted
That's
that.
not, I don't want that because I don't want it to interfere with the beautiful quality of all the stuff that's going on inside the back side. As I think it's going to be quite remarkable all on its own. And what I'm doing here, this is, I'm just, you know, making sure that it goes out to the point of the leaf. I don't really care. But I do need to move along rather rapidly here because this glue, the beauty of this glue is also what makes it a pain in the patootie. And wherever you have intersection things like that, put lots of glue there. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
It dries clear.
Sharon says she's really enjoying this accordion.
Oh, really? Are y'all enjoying me and my gluing? I'm very precise.
Ooh.
Oh, needed to glue under that. Oh, I can flip it up when I turn it over. I'm not going to be
Yeah.
obsessive compulsive about that. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can't.
Very enjoyable. For sure. Miriam says we enjoy very much what you're doing.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, and see that stretch that's in the...
In the stem, did y'all see it move?
Yeah, it just... it was enough to adjust. And the other thing is I think that once these are glued down, if you need to come in and add a little, like, shadow or something around it with some pencil work, you can do that.
Yes, you certainly can. And even in, and I'm just looking at that, I don't really like that right there. I don't know what I was thinking. That really needs some
Yeah, that's what I
attention.
was thinking.
That
Were
right
you?
there.
No, what texture? They said a jester hat. Yeah, it does.
Oh.
And see,
what I
the
was
thing
thinking about
about this
earlier,
is,
too, yeah.
see how this disappears here?
Yeah.
I'm not going to glue that down right now because I think I need to work on that just ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to make that, I either need to make the back much darker,
Mm-hmm.
and I already have some stuff mixed up here if it's still viable. Let's see. I don't know. I've got some blue that ought to work.
I know, Deb. I think, like I said, I think it's going to happen either today or tomorrow
What?
that we hit the 6,000. So maybe even tomorrow
Run stream tomorrow.
I might, because we got to show you guys what's in the giveaway. And I got to figure out what the giveaway, like the
Oh,
different...
the month. Then the month.
No, we do it in like the milestone. So since we're about to
when
hit,
you're
yeah.
about 6K. Oh, yeah.
But I want to break up, because we have quite a bit of stuff. I need to break it apart into maybe 3. I think 3.
Like 3 winners.
Yes. Last time we did 6. That was a lot. We had a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff again.
Oh, look at that, how that
Ooh.
goes into the
Or
stem.
do you want us to wait until you come back on Tuesday? Do you care?
I mean, are y'all gonna do it on tomorrow? I mean, I can come. Do you want me to come back tomorrow?
If you want to come back tomorrow, you can. It's just me, and you can sit over there in peace. Or, well,
Okay.
you can sit next to her.
It's in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't got anything in the morning. I'll see. I'll
Okay.
let you know.
It's a little more chill of a stream. Because she's not on camera. She doesn't get dressed up. She just makes comments and sometimes reads chat.
I'm putting a little pollen on the end of the...
I love that. And those lilies usually do have a lot.
Yeah. And see, look, it all of a sudden it's jumped up out of there.
Oh, this is Josh. My nephew. Her grandson.
My grandson.
My brother's kid.
Yes.
The older one.
I gave him
I
his
did
first
see.
chocolate candy bar.
Yes. And now they just
Oh yeah.
fill my baby up with sugar when she goes, I saw your mom, like, on the way out the door. She was like, here you go. Is that
Yes.
okay? I'm like,
I mean, you know.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
Izzy, she works Luke too to get her stuff.
yeah, that's exactly right, Carrie. I may, like, make a little smaller package because we do want to give some love out to our international people.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is like, I don't know who those people are. Because I didn't have them, do that. But maybe I say, if somebody international wins, it'll be a smaller one. Or I'll combo it up or something. We'll work it out. It's fine.
You got it.
Nathan's son.
Who?
Darcy.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yes. That's my dad.
We talk about him sometimes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I need to be here more. I need to vent about him.
We do have a little Thursday thought, so we could
Thursday. That's funny.
bring some thoughts on Thursday.
I have lots of thoughts. They all come on Thursday, so.
On demand.
Yeah, they are. We thought.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Oh.
You know,
Oh,
don't
that's a good idea. We could do a full-on digital, like,
I don't
giveaway
really like that.
for the international. Mazzy, you leave it. And she sees people walk by out there. And her younger self used to tear down the stairs.
I know. She's not gonna
Now
do
she
that.
just lays there.
She just lays there and moans.
Oh, she's gonna get them from here.
All right, now
So
do you see what
Marxist.
I did there? I just made that too froggy. So I'm adding a little bit of.
Oh, Mazzy, shh. It's okay.
Seriously, girl.
She's so upset.
Uh-huh. Usually you can just hear her snoring.
Yeah, I know. She was like.
Oh, boy, they're lingering out there, aren't they? They need to get on by. No.
Okay. I don't know. You know, I probably will come back and mess with this some more, just knowing me.
Oh, I know. Darcy has become quite the professional doodler. I mean, I was really impressed. It was a lot like Mendy. I don't know if any of y'all know what Mendy is, but I had it done once for my birthday. It was awesome. You know
What's that?
Mendy? So, it's henna dyeing of the skin, and usually it's like on the...
So it's like henna.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they do the designs on their hands
Yeah.
and arms and stuff.
I know that. A lot of people get that done.
All right, there it is. Ta-da!
One done flower page! Woohoo! Hey, well done on the shadowing of those leaves and stuff. That
Oh my gosh, yeah.
you want to hold it up into the technology?
Oh, sure. Let me get right on
Man,
that.
she is still going.
Low back. Or a little further down. Down. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Perfect.
that looks nice.
Now come the other way. Your way. There you go.
It looks so nice.
I love
So
it.
you still have
So
some
congratulating you.
slight
Pea on fire.
repose, and of course, in time, that's going to become flattened out. But I think that's going to be okay. I think that stem is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's a stunning stem, if I do
Stunning
say so
stem.
myself.
If I do say so myself. Okay, now I had planned on this being page 2. But
Are you
I'm
changing
not
it
going to
up?
do page 2. Well, it was the next one in the queue. I'm not going to do page Q because I want to do page
Yeah.
4. Hopefully. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think because you're side by side there. Now again,
I don't have 4.
done RUNLOFTT or whatever. What is it? OF? What was that from?
Not a
Done run off. You remember that from what was the movie?
I don't know what happened to.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Oh, I love that movie.
He done run off. You know, RUNNOFT. There we go.
I've heard of that, but I haven't watched
Oh, that
it.
soundtrack is
Good old
the bomb.
days.
Like one of my
I
most
used to-
favorite.
I know. I used to play it in my classroom, and my kids
Love it.
They weren't as impressed as I was.
Well, they just didn't know.
Yeah.
They weren't cultured.
They weren't knowed up.
No,
Well, they were high school students, and you have to give them permission to be excited.
And let their friends know that you aren't going to tell them about it.
Yeah. Oh my God! I got excited in art today. Don't tell anybody.
Oh my God! I showed excitement and emotion.
I know. Some of the art classes are like sad. Like, why? They do fun stuff in the art classes though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Maybe you should take art.
I know. I am.
You
want
are?
to? Maybe. We'll see.
He has to give up something.
No, I'm gonna take a history class over
You
the
need
summer.
to do that.
And then I'll give me another free period for
first,
anything.
that's your senior year,
Oh.
not next year though.
No, yeah, senior year.
Well, you should.
Well,
check
freshman
out
year
the-
I took tech theater.
Well, Joshy,
That was
let's
fun.
check out the community college.
Bye,
we could
Trish.
take some.
Thanks for hanging.
I'm gonna be going to. I'm gonna be
Well,
doing
do they
dual
have
credit.
art? art classes there?
I don't know.
Well, yeah,
I
you
can
could
see.
you could take those.
Is
at
that the
school.
community college just like opposite your high
Yeah,
school
I'm
over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing some classes with that.
We'll look into the art stuff. We'll even help pay for it if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look into that.
We're not paying for anything else.
All right, I'm just going to go rogue here. I've been known to do that. And we're going to work on this page
I
because
love it.
I think these two flowers next to each other.
Wow.
This
And
was actually on page 5.
I love
but
that on the yellow.
I do too. I think it's like meant to be. Mm-hmm. All right, we need to. I don't want my flowers to be like chonk.
Ooh, Ricky Nordmeyer. She just printed out the screenshot of the brownie nickel azo gold paper and great results. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Ricky, for letting us know that.
Really?
Well, I don't get
So
good
people
results.
can steal my stuff?
Yeah. It's the internet. It happens.
Yeah.
We don't,
Digital footprint.
Y'all in the chat have our permission. Anyone else needs to reach out.
That's right.
We see it showing up in your artwork. We'll be
Okay,
upset.
now I think, even though my flowers are kind of ending up, I'm going to try to keep
Yeah.
this more towards the top of the page. And if I'd really been thinking about this, I would have drug my lily down slightly more.
That could be.
But then
another
I would have
class we
lost
can-
that leaf, so I don't know. I might
Art
not.
law.
I might have
Art
not.
law.
Might not have
Copyright.
done that. I don't know.
It's very confusing. Hey, Leslie. Yeah, she's-
Okay, so this one's going this way. We're going to have this one going this way.
I don't agree with that. Now, again, this is an accordion, so rules are ever so slightly different. I would think that you'd kind of want them talking to each other, but they sort of have their backs to each other. But that's fine.
Well, they can. This
The
one might
next
be
one.
having a combo with the one next door. You don't know that. And this might be a snooty
Yeah.
flower that's talking to
It
this
is
one
kind of
over
looking
here.
down.
Yeah.
It's a little sad.
Maybe a little. She's a little shy.
A little shy. Just a little,
Mazzy.
You gotta give it up, girl.
She's whining.
Okay, this leaf is too big. I love this leaf, but I'm going to slice off some of the.
That's okay, Ricky. She says,
What is it?
I'll put P's name in bright colors or on anything I create. You don't have to do that.
No stock image.
Yeah,
Just say, hey, I did get this, and I did get this from PM Artist. If you post it, we just want the social credit,
Yeah.
the shares.
Now I kind of wiggled it up a little bit because I just thought it needed a little
Ooh,
wiggling.
Oh,
up.
and Sharon just said, yeah, make 2 out of it.
Well, I just cut off the black part, and I think that's
Yeah.
kind of that's not going to work. Okay, well here we go again. The leaves are going the wrong way. And the leaves on these kind of flowers, not that I'm really, okay,
Because
well,
they're fantasy flowers.
but, a certain nod to, well, maybe the person actually did look at a freaking flower before they started making it. I want people to say that.
Okay. They can look at that stream where you showed your board,
Yeah.
inspiration board. I believe that was the May 2nd stream.
And I still do look at that. Well, I'll tell you what, some of these that, I used
like
to
that
a little bit more rolling around business are pretty substantial, and they don't like to.
Well, I think what you need to do is just make sure, okay, what's going to be down first and glue it down. And then start putting in the other pieces.
Okay, so the leaves can go on top. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But I needed them in there initially.
Right, to kind of
To
get a
determine,
basic.
yes. All right,
Now,
see it just moved on.
Glue
me.
some stuff down. Stop futzing about. I'm thoroughly convinced you're going to get this done before the end of May.
Hey, Mariah, you can just bite it.
I know. I know that. I like that.
Okay.
That's a good positioning because it's nice. It's before I think you were saying it looked a little more angry. Where that was that's a little nicer. It's a little more
I like both.
a little angry flower. You're not angry at the angry flower.
They have a wide range of emotions.
They do. And different flowers have different meanings.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. She even has a book over there. Isn't that what that one book is about?
Well,
Their
I guess I'm just
personalities.
going to know that. Okay. I'm picking up the stem.
Mm-hmm.
I am gluing down the back of the stem.
Yeah, you can't keep lifting it and trying to get it. Darcy says, convinced, determined. Yes. Colleen, nothing's for sure until it's actually glued down.
And it's not gluing worth a flip here.
Do you want some of that beacon glue? Because sometimes the acrylic paint to acrylic paint takes some doing.
Well, I think I just need to hold it for a spell.
Yeah, let's chit chat about something.
Yeah, I'll have a little swig.
Okay, yeah, you need to get the pen out of your mouth, please, dear Lord.
Cheers, y'all.
Down it.
She won't be able to finish that flower.
We might have to
I
switch it to
will.
comedy.
I know. We were deciding before, is this entertainment or is this comedy? I don't know that it's educational. We're questioning that.
Y'all can just bite me.
It's been very educational. I'm giving you a hard time.
All right, now remember on the seams you want to add more glue because that's where it's overlapping and it's not going to stick there. I mean, you do want to glue the outside. And on these I do because they're going to be fake. They're going to be all over each other. And you realize
That's so funny.
that we can't shut this page or one flower will because I'm a very prolific gluer.
Yes, one must make sure that all glue is dry before putting together because there is I want to say
They can get a lot
seepage or leakage, but that's
They can get a lot more friendly than they need to be. No, we don't want
you
any.
need to get to bed earlier.
Gosh, do you see him starting to
And I
like
don't,
water?
I know.
I don't
The
even
cat.
really
No, it's not. It's nice up here. It's
Okay.
here. Okay, now see, this is
I think
starting
I'm
to
down away
stick.
from her.
It's starting to stick. And if it comes up, I'll come in and give it
Give a little
another.
extra. Yeah, and that is actually a good point. So on things that are a little bit more lifted, if you get it tacked into place with the glitter glue and then come along the edge of it afterwards, just to sort of fill in the crack or the where it's kind of meeting the page, that's very helpful. But then you can still keep a little bit of that lift.
And I'm even thinking about overlapping a little bit with the flower petals on one.
Oh, Bentley came up here.
Oh, see, we started talking about him, and poor Josh is allergic to the cat.
I just wanna pick
And
him
Kitty's
up.
over here.
Yeah, I know.
Cats sense
And we
that.
get along so long.
He's a
though.
sweet kitty, but poor Josh gets real.
See?
No,
He wants me to play with him.
no. Will you walk him to Popsie's room? He'll follow you. Just tell him. Come on.
Come on, Bentley.
Come on.
BRB.
BRB.
There.
Massey's going too. That's
Yeah, they all went in there.
the door's closed.
Yeah,
so-
just open it and let them in.
All right, so what do y'all think about that?
I love that. That's my favorite. It has been since.
Really?
I think so. It really. I love.
Okay, so see, that's a good thing that glue doesn't always, stick because then you can stick stuff underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Izzy says, Gigi,
Bye, Sharon.
you need to do this. The glue no coming outy. You need to do a little.
Oh, open up its
Reaming.
orb. Yeah, it needs a little reaming. Deb says these are all my favorites.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Is that money? Oh no, that's the scraper.
Money.
Yeah, I thought you had some money in your hand.
Oh.
I think that because these have quite a bit. Now, they're just paper on the back though, right?
Yeah.
Well, then it's got to do with the gel print that's down. And I'm wondering, is that tissue or was it the deli paper?
Oh, some of these were deli.
I'm wondering if it was. Because sometimes, once the paint's on it, I've noticed that it is harder to glue. Because there's that waxiness to it.
Oh, that came loose there. Okay.
Yeah. You want the beacon glue?
No.
Okay.
I just want to muddle along with what I've got here.
And Carrie says he struggles with gluing to metallics. Because it gets a real, like,
Because see, all
finish.
these have, yeah. Good point. All right, I think I can do this. I might
And
have...
if all else fails, I have Gorilla Glue downstairs. She didn't laugh at that.
Need to do a little reaming here. Yeah, I know what Gorilla Glue looks like. I don't think I want any of that because it doesn't dry clear.
Yeah, the one we have is the
Oh yeah.
is the kind of orangey, fluffy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it supposedly expands
Bye,
upon...
Leslie. Thanks for hanging.
Okay, now I've got to get this under there ever so slightly. And then...
Here, you want a clip? Here, clip that bottom. Because you need to, get that pressure on there. Because there's a lot stacked up just in that one spot.
There is. I like that.
Hey, you got 9 minutes. Boy, that 2 hours went quick today.
I don't think I need those. I kept them just in case.
Hey, Laura. That's all going down nice. I think it just takes a little extra minute.
It does. And I think you're right about, because I know this has metallic on it. Isn't this edge lovely? I just love that.
Dubsy says, I've tried a new glue this last weekend. The best glue ever. And I will use it some more before deciding if it lives up to its name. But it was the driest wet glue I've ever tried.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Stuff did not even buckle a napkin. Oh, that's how you glue's one of those things in this world.
Glue
of
is
art.
muy importante. I mean, it can make or break. I mean, spend hours on this and then all of a sudden
Things fall apart. Oh,
does
yeah.
that or just doesn't do anything. Well, I don't really think I need to do anything to this.
Devin says she loves how each page is going to highlight each flower on its own. I think it's quite lovely too. Because see, remember, that was kind of the big determination on, it was getting real sad about trying to figure out if we could do it, or if she was going to do it as a whole bouquet. But
Yeah.
some flowers were going to get covered up.
Yeah,
That was a
because
little
that's
sad.
just the way it is with the bouquet. And the whole thing about it is, I mean, why do you want... I just couldn't decide who was going to get covered up.
That is the name of the glue.
What? Cover up.
The best glue ever.
Oh!
I thought she was holding on to it like...
She's just
yeah.
holding out. The best glue ever?
Yeah. She giggled and wondered what marketing she was falling prey to. But she ordered it. With a name like that, you just go, really? Are you?
I don't know. I think that they look lovely. I don't...
Bye, Lynn. Well, bye, Lynn, from the chat. She says we got 7 minutes here.
Well, I don't really know what else
No.
that we
I
can do
don't
right
think you
now.
need to start on anything. That was actually perfect. We couldn't time that any better.
Ooh.
2 down. And then I think that if you do want to continue on with this perhaps tomorrow, while we do the stream, and then we can kind of show it.
Does she not do the stream on Mondays?
No, well, she sits over there and, like I said, sits and reads chat and then does whatever she wants to
Farts
do.
around.
Mhm.
Makes noise.
But no PCAM.
No peeking.
No, I don't
It's
dress for
Mariah
that
makes.
day.
It's all
Oh,
about,
it's Mariah makes.
it's all about me.
Yeah. She tells me what she needs.
And Z sent me some
And
really
I have
cool
to do
stuff.
things.
And Akiko sent me something, and then she sent me something else that we'll talk about later. But I'm not showing that tomorrow.
well, and
I
we
might
have-
show it.
We have all the stuff that Maya sent.
Yeah.
But that goes into the...
Well, that's the giveaway.
yeah. And that's different.
That's different.
But I did go... can I say something? Can I say something about it?
I don't know. What are you gonna say? Sure, go ahead.
Don't leak classified info.
Well, Maya, I know that you wanted us to give some of that stuff away, but some of it I really wanted to keep, and I did keep it.
That's okay. She said that was okay.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Well, I told Mariah, I said, I feel kind of like I'm being a
Like,
poopy diaper head here and stealing stuff for people, but I really
Yeah.
like this. And I kept Queen P, but also kept some little folders, little embossing folders that
Oh, yeah.
look good with flower type,
yeah.
Because that was where my brain was at the time, and I just thought,
We love some embossing.
yeah,
Is that
I
with
don't like this
the heat
little.
gun?
No, that's different. So that's heat embossing, and then
Oh.
but then we have a machine that Xandra sent to us, but P still has not. Her and I need to work on the big table over there of hot messness, and get
know
a
what?
spot for the one that plugs in, and then you can send it through, and it embosses paper.
Yeah, remember some of the little pillows, the backs of the little pillows in the journal.
I don't think you really saw that thing, but you know. All right, guys. Once again, here we are at the end. Thank you for hanging out. If you've come in here at the end, please do give the thumbsy upsy. Still counts. We love it. Come back. Leave those comments. Because remember, the stream that has the most comments before we hit the 6,000 subscribers. So this is probably the last stream.
Maybe tomorrow.
Perhaps tomorrow. But this might be the one. But the stream with the most comments on it will be chosen. And then we will put all those names into the big fun wheel. Or maybe I pick the top 3. And we do 3 different ones.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
I could do that.
Because some people were more invested in other things than others.
Maybe.
But I think that they're...
I'm going to have to think about that. I mean, it would be nice to just spin one wheel and then just take the names out. And
Yeah. Well,
yeah, so you just better go back and leave your comments on all those other streams and just make sure that, whatever one has the highest number right now.
yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Find something to say.
But
can they comment on people's comments?
Yeah.
Any kind of comment.
Be careful about that because I may or may not see it because it kind of hides it,
Yeah.
I need to see it in the
You have to
main
view
part.
replays.
Yes.
or
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just wonder
replies.
because I comment on,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I'm going to work on this flower just a
So-
little bit.
We will be back tomorrow for Mariah Makes. Josh may or may not join us. That's fine. But we
I'll
will
probably come.
Okay.
I got nothing in the morning.
That's awesome. I'm very excited about
I'm
that.
excited too.
So then we will do Mariah Makes. We will do the giveaway, go through all of the fun stuff on Tuesday. Because that gives me a little more time. I will try to have things split out. And I think we're just going to do a little highlight of, hey, this is in there. Anthony Cody, like one of the things is a Baron. One of his. Yeah, that's a big deal. He also sent along this really cool old-timey journal thing. What is it? It's like a...
It's a newspaper.
Yeah, newspaper. Like from the 1800s. I think we're just going to include the whole thing in one of the giveaways because as much as I love it and I would love to take a piece of it, I don't want to break it apart. That kind of hurts my soul a little bit. So I'm contemplating that. I don't know. Anyway, that's what will be happening. We shall see you guys tomorrow or on Tuesday. Thanks for hanging. Bye.
Bye.